So, with the 2022 Goodyear 400 and all of the other throwback races that will build up to that race coming up shortly this week, I decided that now would be a good time to take a look at all of the throwbacks and the references in terms of who they are throwing back to. If you've been a fan of this channel for a long time, you would know that in 2020 I made a similar video to this, where I took a look at all of the throwbacks and referenced them to some races in the past, and so you'll know how this video kind of will work. I'm not going to be talking for the rest of this video, so I just want to say that like, subscribe, and comment down below which throwback is your favorite. And until next time, this has been the news. I'll see you.
Tracks couldn't have come at a better time for him. Got a lot of good momentum out of Bristol and Martinsville. Again, he and Mark have just been so proud of both of them of the job they're doing this year. Pretty car. I like that yellow.
And I read earlier in the week that part of what this is several companies that's affiliated with Penske Racing wanted to be a part of Rusty's last call. Again, this will be Rusty Wallace's and Mark Martin's last Nextel Cup race here at Texas, and Kodak wanted to be part of that. Last spring race, because we will be coming back here in the fall.
They must have fixed the car the way Larry wanted to.
28-23, fifth fastest.
I believe Rusty says, you know what, boys, that's all she had. Pretty good effort, though.
Hammond, go find him and ask him which way they went.
Now, wait a minute. Do I look like you're errand boy?
No, well, no, you're working the pits, aren't you? Real men working the pits don't get in his way. Maybe he's trying to diamond the turn.
White flag.
Bugs working on him. This could be close. He got him up off the bottom. Tony's loose right there.
I believe Dale Earnhardt Jr. got a little bit loose off too that time too, Darrell.
Does Jr. have room on the bottom? He's going to make it fit.
It's going to be a drag race to the line here for second place as Mark Martin takes the checkered flag.
Tony Stewart beats Dale Earnhardt Jr., but he finishes third.
Good job. Good job.
Fourth for Jeff Burton. And a top 5 for rookie Scott.
Honor really to come down and do the lettering on it, because I did it 40 years ago. I came up with it, the way they overlap, the particular style that's there. And he just stuck with it. I mean, he really liked that. In fact, he sat right beside of me the whole time I was lettering it and talked to him. And he was a very, very personable guy, just a great person to be around.
Two crew chiefs looking on. Robbie Reiser, Tommy Baldwin. 2 to go, 3 cars that could win it.
Boy, the 9 got a great run off of 2 that time. He went up a little high, but he couldn't carry it all the way off. Had to get out of the throttle a tiny bit over there off of 2.
Look, McMurray looks like he's going to go to the bottom this time. This is where he's been so good.
That's where he should have been. I would have gone to the bottom sooner if I'd have been him.
He just like yesterday. The pass. White flag this time. 1 to go, boys.
All right, somebody's got to go different. Can't all go the same way.
Kenseth went low in 1. Changes lanes. Here comes Kane on the outside.
He just can't quite mat it right there off of turn 2.
McMurray almost hit the wall exiting 2 and drops back.
Yeah, he lost a lot of ground right there. Last time through 3 and 4, though.
Here they
Kane goes to the bottom.
Kane comes to the bottom.
He gets a run. He's got a good run on him.
Side by side to the line. Kenseth.
Get it here, and we've made progress with each practice session.
The effort last week had to be an emotional lift for the whole team.
Yeah, it really was. The guys did a terrific job. You know, we were behind pitting on the backstretch from the very beginning. Came through the field pretty good at the first of the race. Really thought that we had the car to beat, but could never get it exactly right after that. But it was still a good finish for us starting that far back. So hopefully we're getting things going here. They've getting a lot of cars built, and hopefully we can have some good finishes to show for that.
Good luck to you, DJ.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Dale Jarrett, he's about half a dozen cars away from going out hoping to get in the top 10. At least he was 9th overall in that final practice session.
And he'll start 23rd in the Busch race tomorrow. So Ernie Irvan now on the track, and this car looks radically different than one we're used to seeing him in, the Skittles car. This is the M&M sponsored Pontiac. And Ernie Irvan has clocked in 12th fastest at 32.664, a 165.320. So lake speed is bumped.
That's a neat story where a magician took the Skittles Pontiac Wednesday here in Las Vegas and changed it into the M&M's car. Just this one race.
They get side by side. That would give him white flag.
Dale Jarrett has been the fastest car in qualifying, one of the fastest in practice. Jeff Burton had only 2 fresh tires on that last stop, but he's done everything to keep Jarrett in his mirror. 2 miles to go.
Tim Burton looking on, praying, not breathing much right now. Come on, Jeff, she says.
Wallace trying to line up with Jarrett. Can they make a move? Will Burton give them anywhere to go?
I don't think he will.
I think Burton's going to run that perfect line. Jarrett looks to the outside now. Nowhere to go there. Trying the bottom side again.
Jeff Burton won his first Winston Cup race on CBS. He comes off turn 4, and he's going to win the last Winston Cup race on CBS. Jeff Burton over Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, and Mark Martin, winning the Pepsi 400.
They probably needed 4 tires and about 30 horsepower if they were going to deal with Kyle Busch. Now, I think they could have got the tires and fuel, but they weren't going to be able to get the horsepower here.
White flag waving to Kyle Busch, who's had all kinds of issues here in the 2008 NASCAR Nationwide Series season. He spun while leaving at Nashville. He cut a tire. He broke a shock mount. He's been involved in an accident. He has not gone to victory lane in 2008. He is a half a lap away from changing that. Here he comes.
You guys, thanks for sticking with me. DLP, Kyle Busch, victory lane in Texas. Woo!
A lot of smoke for Gilliland. No caution.
White flag in the air. 1 to go.
One more, buddy.
Oh, man. Can you just... Denny Hamlin is sitting there. He's so close. Why couldn't there be 5 more laps?
I mean, he is closing ever so fast, but it's just not going to be enough.
He's going to be there, but that's it. He's going to run out of time.
Stanley Steamer running just fine.
Yes,
make it to the finish line.
Look at that thing coming across. Look at it steaming, still steaming.
Jeff Gordon and the DuPont Chevrolet win at Darlington.
They're off at turn number 4. He's got about 200 yards to go. If I was a betting person, I would say he's going to make it.
And Jason Leffler has enough fuel to go the distance and score his first NASCAR Busch Series win.
As the holder of NASCAR's all-time speed record, Bill Elliott has become somewhat of an authority on speed. So when it's time for Bill to make a pit stop, he comes to the one place that holds a speed record of its own. Welcome to McDonald's, now serving you faster than ever before.
Already putting that rubber back down. New leader Kevin Harvick around Allmendinger to the top spot. Side by side, 4th place, Kyle Busch, 18 inside of the 0-0 of David Ruderman. And Kurt Busch hunting for some running room as well. Important, Kevin Harvick.
2:26.037. Well, he should be. It's so difficult to get that magic moment here at Indianapolis, to get those kind of speeds. And when you do it, doesn't matter whether he ends up in the pole or just in the front row. That was a terrific run by Scott Sharp.
But here is Tony Stewart, whose warm-up lap is 2:23. Vince is with Chip Ganassi.
Chip just gave Tony Stewart the green flag. What are you expecting? Can you get the speeds that Sharp put up? I know that gave you an awful ugly look on your face down there.
I'll tell you, that's going to be tough to do. I mean, we had a pretty good warm-up lap there, and, you know, I'll tell you, all conditions right now aren't exactly perfect, but they're damn close.
You stepped in and gave Tony a final few words before he rolled out. What was your message?
I asked him what didn't he want to take? He said, I want to take the pole.
Very good. We'll see if he gets it. Tony Stewart on the course. Leslie Goodell?
I'm with Jimmy Vassar, and he's watching his teammate Tony Stewart out there. And can you believe some of the speeds they're putting up after Scott Sharp? What are you looking for today?
It's, I don't know. I don't know if we haven't been able to go that quick. We're trimmed out and running a lot of throttle around here. It's just, I think my engine might not be as good as my teammates. He's running real strong, so... You know, I think we're going to go and see what we get. I certainly don't think we can do Scott Sharp's number, so we're just going to get a good number and put it in the race. We got a good race car.
What kind of number to you would be a good number?
I think we should be able to run in the 24s, 23s, high 23s.
Bob?
Well, Tony Stewart is just a little bit off the mark. His first lap was 2:25.104. Lap number 2 is slower, 2:24.849. So right now, according to our calculations, he would fall into 2nd position. He is just a little bit slower than the provisional pole sitter Sharp.
watching that Kodak car as it pulls through the field up in fifth. We got a smoker, and that
Jimmy
is
Hensley
getting out of
loses it.
control. The Jimmy Means car sucks the wall.
Boy, what a tough break this crew has had down here. He lost a car in practice earlier in the week, then got involved in a crash not of his own making in the 125-mile qualifying race. And it looked like the engine might have let go, or at least there was smoke as he went into the turn. And here Jimmy Hensley and Jimmy Means' car out of it again here early in the Daytona 500.
Field backing down as they come around to finish lap.
It's out to Mark Martin right now.
One more lap to go for Mark Martin. This will be his 11th career NASCAR Winston Cup win. It'll be his 4th of this year. And it's his first win ever at this grand old racetrack that has been hosting a NASCAR Winston Cup race on Labor Day weekend since 1950.
And Earnhardt took the white flag, so he will be credited with 4th spot, even though the car shouldn't get back, but it will get back. And Mark Martin wins.
The 20 of Matt Kenseth.
Can't do it.
No, he just doesn't have enough of a push. He's going to have to back up to that car behind him and get that push, but he's trying.
He wants that 4 car to help him. Here he goes.
Next flag ends the race.
I just don't think he can do it from the outside.
He might be able to get up to 3rd, maybe 2nd. I just don't know if he's going to get all the way up to the lead, but here he comes.
Got to run down the back. It's going to be a drag race off turn 4, but I just don't see him being able to pull it off.
He's getting a big push. He's getting a big push.
He's coming. He's up to 2nd.
Hamlin a 2nd. Up
Watch
high.
the inside. Watch the inside. Martin Truex Jr. 3 wide.
Truex to the bottom. No, red.
Kenseth saves it. Here they come to the line. This is the finish of the Daytona 500. Side by side, bouncing off each other.
Unbelievable. I think it was Denny Hamlin.
I have it as Hamlin.
He protects that 2nd spot because he isn't getting in the draft of Bell. He's just blocking the 16 of Truex.
The white flag out, 1 to go for Christopher Bell. Maybe an issue for the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. Saw him fading, and now he's really fallen back. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell continues down the Long Pond straightaway, headed to the tunnel turn. 3 wins already this season for Bell.
He's about to make it 4. Still a tight battle for 2nd back there. See, Truex has not given up yet.
For the 3rd year in a row, Kyle Busch Motorsports will win at Pocono. This time around, it's the 4 truck driven by Christopher Bell, his 4th win of the season.
Oh. For the throwback race? Ah. Check that out. This is a good surprise. I didn't see this one coming at all. Look at you. This car has meant so much to me in my life because it wasn't for this car. I mean, all of our lives would look completely different.
Again this season. And here they come. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Earnhardt Sr. Ladies and gentlemen, Winston Cup Racing's in great shape.
There's damage to the back of Earnhardt Jr.'s car. You can see the rear bumper there flapping in the breeze, looking back at his father in the 3 car.
You don't think he's just waving to him?
I don't think so.
That's got to be quite an experience for Dad to be watching his kid up in front.
I've never seen Earnhardt more mellow, more human, than when his son won that first Grand National.
35-80.
He was so blown away. Remember that Daytona afternoon in the 300 down there? And he just walked in and gave him a hug and immediately got out of victory lane. It was not Earnhardt Sr.'s victory lane, and he wasn't going to be part of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s party. He just wanted to support him. Bobby Earnhardt Sr. is something.
Bobby Hamilton just behind these 2 as they go at it. In the 4 car there, moving in.
Alan Bestwick on Earnhardt Jr.
Both hardtops and convertibles lined up for the first race at Daytona. The hardtops had a huge aerodynamic advantage, and so the convertibles would never again compete against them in the Grand National class. One of those convertibles was an Oldsmobile driven by Lee Petty's son, Richard, who had changed his car's number from 2 to 43 but only lasted 8 laps before engine trouble ended his driving day. He immediately moved over to Lee Petty's pit crew. Number 73 Thunderbird. The two cars swapped the lead for the rest of the race. Even on the final lap, it was up for grabs. Petty and Beauchamp both fought to get around Joe Weatherly, who trailed by a lap. Watch how close it was.
In the final stretch, Weatherly is high on the track. Lee Petty in the center, Beauchamp below him. The checkered flag. The race is over. Both Petty and Beauchamp clocked in the identical time.
Throwing it back to my grandfather to honor him was my hero growing up. I watched him race that sprint car, and so many great memories of watching him race growing up, and he's really the reason that I race. I've been wanting to do this for a long time and never really been able to pull it off, and it brings back so many wonderful memories, and I can't wait to see the reaction on his face.
Ladies first. How we doing?
Good.
Man, I like that red car.
You do?
Yeah.
Good. That's your race car. That's the car I'm running at Darlington.
Sam Rodriguez. That's a surprise now, let me tell you. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Gordon riding in 8th. He's good to get into the chase. Logano would be knocked out if Ryan Newman can pick up this win, a second victory. Man on the floor. Trouble, Clint Boyer. Caution flag is out. Things change again. Wow.
You're rolling, man. You're rolling. You're rolling. You're rolling. Leader's right behind you. Leader's right behind you. Right behind you. Right behind you. You're all right. Ding, 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 ding. You're all right. You're legal. You're legal. You're legal. You're legal.
Got a little tap there, I believe, from Dale Jr. in the 88.
Wow. 16th place, Clint Boyer goes around with 7 laps to go. Brings up the whole situation we had at the end of the April race here about what tires are worth and the pressure on the pit crews and what strategy call you make.
They're going to be all over the board here.
You're Matt Borland. What do you do with Newman?
See right here, Boyer, looks like he did get a tap.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was close, but they're pitting.
Meeting. Up front, here's Kyle Petty. This will be 8th position. He takes from Mike Stefanik in the 90 car.
And Jimmy Johnson in 92, blue and white car, trying to get on the inside of Mike Stefanik. And this would have to be Stefanik's best run of the year in the 90 car.
It'll also be his last ride in this car. Mike talked to him this morning. Doesn't know what he's going to do next year. The champion in both NASCAR's modified and Busch Series.